most of the time, police leadership is either depicted in the movies and TV as politically corrupt or just the yeller. Go get that guy and get him in here by 5 o'clock, or go. I can't believe your tactics were this way. And this is the depiction. And they don't do a very good job most of the time of being very realistic in that regard. Not that no captain has ever yelled or anything like that, but it tends to be a one-note Nelly in fiction depiction. But that's a tough one because, like you said, it's almost always the detective that gets featured, or the patrol officer to a lesser extent. And sometimes people will say, oh, well, so-and-so was a lieutenant on that show, or so-and-so was, yeah, they're not really a lieutenant. They're calling them a lieutenant because that makes them sound cool and powerful, but they're not doing a lieutenant's job. They're doing a detective's job. So it's just a mask, basically, if that makes any sense.
Well, the sergeant character, I think he was a sergeant, that pops into my mind, and I know I'm dating myself by saying this, is Hill Street Blues.
Okay, yeah, that's guy, a great example.
Yeah, because I think he was very clearly walking that line you're describing between patrol officer experience, but with kind of the administrative side as well. Is that a portrayal that you thought was accurate?
You picked it out. Yep, okay. You picked it out. Hill Street Blues was just slightly before, like I was pretty young when it was out, and so I haven't seen it as much as certain other shows, but I do remember that. And let's be careful out there, and that guy, and yeah, that is a good depiction. That is a good depiction. Usually the sergeant might not get out into the field right away because he or she has to take care of some paperwork, and then it will come in early because of the same reason. The thing about a sergeant is, in real life, the sergeant is there as a resource to the patrol officers. When they need to know something, when they need a decision made about something that they don't have the authority to make that decision about, or some calls require a supervisor be there. And a good sergeant, while they'll be engaged in what's going on out there in the field, they're not going to be out there playing. They're not going to be out there doing the fun things that you get to do in police work.